Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Let's go on board our ship. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh. As you pass through the hatch and step into the familiar confines of the Defiance, you find your team waiting for you. Well, this is a hell of a thing. Gobbet absent-mindedly passes a wrap from one hand to another. The rodent squeals and chirps in delight. You said it, Guncho. Not our best day ever as a team. So, what's the deal, Kira? Who captured us? Are they really cops, or are we dealing with something else here? They are... they're run by a couple of senior inspectors. Knew it. This whole thing had the HKPF stink all over it. They can dress up however they want, but at the end of the day, a cop is a cop. So what does this task force want with us? They pitch their agenda to you? They want us to work for them to help take down Crate and her dirty cops. Really? That's interesting. What did you tell them? I wouldn't agree to anything until I ran it by you guys. Huh. I guess it's nice to know you're thinking of us. So, what's the next step? Well, we're bringing her a job for once. Who's willing to work for the HKPF? I think it's safe to say we all are. I mean, it doesn't look like there's another way out of this. Plus, we can get revenge for Carter. And that alone would be worth the price of admission. The ghoul nods. We didn't follow you through the walled city and test ourselves against a Yama King to let the police scare us away. Wherever this road may lead, we will follow. Always nice to have the support of my crew. We're in, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still haven't run this little plan by Kindly Cheng yet. She raises an eyebrow. You do know we should do that, right? I mean, the old lady controls an army of thugs, and I can't imagine she'd like these cops any more than she does Kraden or corrupt ones. Isabel gives a solemn nod. She's right. You should call Kindly. Bring the old woman up to speed on what's been happening here. Great. You tap Kindly Cheng's personal comlink number into your PDA and hit the send button. A moment later, the old woman's face appears on the screen. Kira, a pleasure to see you, dear. I've been worried sick. She swills something the color of rotten plums out of a... Now, would you kindly tell me where the fuck you've been? HKPF gassed us on our way out of combat pangs. Ah, I see. You're calling me from police custody. They told me to call you. There's a long pause, then finally, tell me exactly what they said to you. Don't leave anything out. They work... They want me to take down Crate, you know, the cop who keeps popping up on the news. Her eyes flash dangerously. I know who she is. Keep talking. Leaders of the group are called Q and Lamb, Auntie Chang. That's what the sergeant at the holding pen said. They're senior inspectors. Those won't be their real names, dear. Not if they're letting you contact me like this. Well, they want to take on the SDU, and they want my help. She lifts the glass to her lips and takes another slurp of the dirty, viscous liquid. They're after the filth who ambushed you, then. The ones that killed Nightjar. And Carter. Nobody gives a fuck about Carter. You should know better than to interrupt me by now, Guncho. She dismisses the outburst with a wave of her hand. Now be a good boy and keep your mouth shut. Duncan clenches his jaw. He's clearly furious, but he says nothing. All right, I want you to go along with it. Tell them you'll take the job, with my blessings. I suppose that follows. That isn't what this is about. She looks into her glass, swirling the liquid inside with a flick of her wrist. Not entirely. I've always wanted to get a runner into one of the HKPF's secure facilities, but it was never in the cards. Now, here comes this task force inviting you in. If you can avenge my sweet Nightjar's death in the process, well, so much the better. So you want me to spy on the cops? Just be smart. Do nothing that could endanger the Yellow Lotus or myself, and report back to me if you see anything that could constitute a threat. Above all, keep your eyes open, and don't trust this task force of yours, whatever you do. I always keep my eyes open. I'll report back to you with what I find. See that you do. I'll be waiting. Oh, and Kira, I'm sure that the police confiscated the Kong that you procured from Eddie Tang. I think you mean Pang. The one that I paid you to retrieve for me. Get it back. She thumbs the button on her PDA and the screen goes black. I guess that's it. She lifts her shoulders into a half shrug. We're doing this. Alright. Yep. Then there is no more to be said. He turns away, his armor rustling as his body shifts. You go back to Lam and Q and accept the job. I will ready my gear. Great. What? What's over here? Do we have emails? Oh, we don't. How sad. So sad. Do we have pay data? No, of course not. Oh, that would be hilarious, though. Okay. That's fine. I guess I wonder if we can talk to them, then? Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. What's in my stash? Hey! So we do have all of our items. Sweet. Yeah, let's just equip all of this. Slap all this stuff on. Is there any text talk? Duncan's pacing footfalls seemed to thunder in his cramped confines of his cabin. You can hear them before you walk through the door. When you enter the cabin, you find Duncan pacing. He glares up at you, growling under his breath. This is bullshit. We've been through too much to get jerked around like this. Still, Q and Lamb say that they want to take out the fuckers who killed Carter. Creighton and her people trapped us in Hong Kong. Taking them down's an agenda I can get behind. Let's hope that's our whole agenda. He lifts a sinewy arm to his head and scratches behind his ear. I know what you mean. I'd like to believe them, cops honor and all, but we don't have that kind of security as runners. They look at us like wild animals. I know, because that's what I used to do. So where are the guns? You mean these? He raises his arms and flexes. A broad smile stretches across his normally serious face. I don't know. Are you okay? He puts his arms down, but his smile lingers a couple seconds longer. You asked. He suddenly looks a little embarrassed. He scratches his nose. I don't know. Thought it might relieve some of the tension here. I could feel it in my bones. It's been a rough day. That was a shitty question anyway. Really, what the hell? My guns are guns. I keep them in operating shape like any decent marksman would. Gives you a cocky look. Any other questions? I'm getting very not serious vibes from this. Ever play any video games? Fuck no. The octopus isn't for video games. And besides, I have better things to do than fight make-believe digital enemies. Fighting real digital enemies is way more satisfying. You've never played a game? Not a video game, no. She looks away. Like I said, I'm not a fan. Does that mean you played other kinds of games? Her mouth opens to respond, but you see her hesitate. No games. Oh, come on. She looks at you uneasily and turns her gaze to her feet. Her right heel taps against the floor, a somewhat muffled sound on the wooden planks. Well, There was this one time. I got into playing Matrix Blackjack for a while. Only for a couple months, mind you, and only to make money. She sluggishly lifts her shoulders. It was a rough winter, and I was desperate. It wasn't especially fun, but it was easy. Better than poker, because I didn't have to deal with other players. All I had to do was remember what cards had been played and plan my moves accordingly. You were, a card shark? She raises her eyebrows. Is it really that strange? I am a Shadowrunner, after all. Fleecing people at cards was kind of a lateral move. Things took a turn for the worse. A stupid mistake on my part. I was winning too much, too often. I tried to justify it in my head. This win will go toward my Yellow Lotus stat. This win will be enough to get me that systems enhancer. This win will get me food for a week, or gobbet food for an evening at Xiaoling's Dim Sum Diner. Anyway, after the first couple months, people started getting suspicious. That's a bad thing, especially for people in our line of work. I was drawing too much attention to myself, and a few months after starting, I'd pushed it long as I could manage without compromising myself. So I stopped. Never went back. Never looked back. Never. Nope. That's it. End of story. So let's talk about something else. How about you? Hi. Gobbet's cabin looks cleaner than you remember it. Turning your head, you discover the reason why. The mountains of dirty laundry and food packaging that usually lie strewn about the floor have been gathered into an impressive mound in the corner. Madness and Folly scurry along the perimeter of the heap, sporadically ducking into and out of the layers of discarded clothing. It's looking good, holding its shape even. She chews her lip contemplatively. A couple more pizza boxes to help distribute the load, and I could move right in. What are you doing? Meditating, kind of. I'm communing with Rat. She frowns, waves a hand as she fishes for the right words. You know, it's like I'm getting my head right. Considering all that's just happened, it seemed like the right thing to do. Looks more like you're building a fort. It's a nest, jackass. You know, it's like a safe place. Something I can burrow into and hide. My totem, she isn't really into wide open spaces. The only thing she likes less is captivity, and I've got to say, the whole getting gassed and waking up in a cage thing has left me a little on edge, so I'm making myself a solution. She kicks the base of the mound of clothing. The entire thing shudders, then collapses in a heap on the ground. Looks like it needed more cardboard. Frowning deeply, she heaves a sigh. I broke my fort. My kingdom for a couch cushion, you know? Or maybe a nice ottoman. Something you can support. Something that can support more weight. Maybe one of the boats they've impounded here has a futon or something. No, it's okay. Don't bother. She turns away from the now ruined pile of laundry and refuse, rubbing the bridge of her nose between her thumb and forefinger. Magic's gone anyway. So, was there something you wanted in Seattle? If so, I'm all ears. How you doing with all this? I don't know. About as well as can be expected, I guess. How about you? How are you dealing with it? You got it worse than any of us, what with the magical torture and your night locked in a box and all. I'll be fine. Hands on her hips, she gives you a single, solemn shake of her head. Sorry, can't help it. You're a friend, so I worry. It comes as part of the package. With that being said, I do believe you when you say you'll be alright. She offers you a lopsided smile. I think we all will. I mean, if we could see what we saw in the walled city and come through alright, we'll do the same here, right? Of course I'm right. We're certified Yama King killing badasses. We'll be fine. Great. Cool. Cool beans. I wonder how much talking there's gonna be with them in this little bonus campaign, since it's not supposed to be nearly as long as the original like main campaign was. I can't imagine they have the same level of welcome back. Did you talk over the job with your crew? And my boss. Q rubs the bridge of her nose again. Same way. We'll be holding you to that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Good to hear. Now let's get started. You wanna get us started, Fiona? Hand goes up to reflexively touch the pendant that hangs from her neck. She nods, then turns to you. Okay. Alright. Pay attention, Shadowrunner. I don't want to have to repeat myself. I'm listening. We know that Crate and her people are dirty, but we don't have any ironclad proof. We have to gather something concrete if we want to move on her. Okay. Lamb acquiesces with a nod of his head. She's right. What we need is tangible evidence of Crate's wrongdoing. Financial records, written communications, video feeds, that sort of thing. We know where that proof is being held, but we can't get to it without tipping our hand. And that's where you come in. This is going to be a covert op. Personally, I'd prefer it if you didn't lay waste to a police station, though Inspector Q may beg to differ on that. That said, some conflict is probably going to be unavoidable no matter what you do. We're getting ahead of ourselves, though. Let's take this back a step. And Crate likes to keep her people close to her. They've consolidated their power into a single police station on the harbor. She leans over and pulls up an image on her terminal, an aerial holopic of a squat building crowded up against the water's edge. There it is, an old SDU headquarters and Crate's current base of operations. They call it the Tiger's Den. Sounds like something out of a bad trade show. It's a throwback to the old days, before the Executive Council took over. Back then, the SDU were colloquially known as the Tigers, or the Flying Tigers, had patches on their uniforms and everything. When Mitsuhama took over the HKPF's contract, they did away with a lot of the old symbols, but in this case, the nickname stuck. We're gonna get you into the station. You're going to liberate the information we need. Then we're gonna take Crate and her people down. There are precious few hard details. We're getting to that. For now, I can tell you that you'll be snuggled. You'll be snuggled into the insertion point by way of the harbor. We've secured transport for you through an old associate of yours, a pirate and smuggler named Captain Jomo. Captain Jomo? Captain Yomo? Captain Jo... Aren't you supposed to be cops? She shrugs. We're a small task force. We work with the tools we have. As long as you and Jomo can both follow basic instructions, everything should be fine. We've already provided him with a copy of the station's timetable. He knows when they'll be flush with cops and when they'll be running a skeleton crew. We'll time your arrival so that you'll have minimal resistance to contend with. You trusted intel. Sounds like a plan. After Jomo gets you into the docking area, our woman on the inside will let you into the complex. You'll need to make your way up to the administrative level. It's where Crate's evidence room is located. We'll take up a position near the station. From there, we'll monitor your progress. How? She lifts an object from the desk and tosses it to you, a portable surveillance device. Your team will be outfitted with mics, body cameras, and condition monitors before you leave. We'll have a clear view of what's going on inside the station. Okay. Okay. Alright, fine. When you get to the admin level, you'll be stepping into hostile territory. Crate and your people have more or less taken over the whole floor, and they won't think twice about putting a bullet in your head if they catch you there. If you encounter any resistance up there, you're gonna have to shoot your way through it. They won't give you a chance to do anything else. I'll be calling in a favor at Mitsuhama to bring down the station's comms, so you won't need to worry about them calling in outside help. Anyone who's already in the building is your problem to deal with. What's my objective? The evidence room. The proof that we need should be stored on disk in there, or maybe in a terminal. You'll be looking for a log of bribes accepted by Crate and the SDU. We could also use any other proof of corruption that you can find. Transaction records, archived communications between Crate and her clients, that kind of thing. You'll pull the evidence, get back to the boat, and return the package to us at the impound lot. We'll analyze it, and once we're sure that we've got her nailed, we'll make our move on Crate. So I find the evidence room, grab the data, and get back to Jomo. That's about the size of that. Think you can handle it? It'll be a milk run. Glad to hear you're feeling confident, but don't get too cocky. Crate and the SDU are no joke. If you need gear, talk to Sergeant Lee out in the yard. He's our quartermaster. I'm sure Captain Jomo can hook you up with anything Lee can, including any additional personnel you might need. Good captain asked about you, by the way. Wanted to have a word about some side work. Okay. We'll wait on you to launch the operation. We're on your timetable here. When you're ready to go, talk to Jomo. We clear on that? I know what to do. Good. See you at Crate's compound then. Blah? So there is a side quest. Hi. Who are you? Constable standing before you is rail thin, with a wiry build and a lantern jaw. A pair of wire-rimmed glasses perch on the bridge of his nose, and his neck is wrapped in a sinuous tattoo. He glances up from his PDA, locking eyes with you. So, you're the person of interest everyone's been talking about. I hear Q has big plans for you. Lucky me. You are lucky. You get to walk back out of here when this is all over with. Most people in your line of work wouldn't be given that opportunity. What can I say? I lead a charmed life. His lip curls into a half smile. Yeah, it seems that way. Is there anything I can do for you, runner? Didn't mean to distract you. He shrugs. It's fine. It isn't like I was doing much anyway. Things are pretty quiet right now. What's your name? I go by Hui. You're Moore, right? That's what it said on the form. Yeah, it's me. Good to meet you then. I don't get to talk to many people in your line of work. Or, not like this anyway. Usually my talks with Shadowrunners have involved a lot of shouting and tasing, and sometimes shooting. I'm a talker myself. This is a nice change of pace. Great. I have to awkwardly extract myself from this conversation now, because I have nothing more to say. Sorry about that. Is this quartermaster? Hi. Medical, trench-coated man. Task Force Quartermaster looks disarmingly nondescript in his standard-issue uniform. His posture is rigid, his spine ramrod straight. He watches you with eyes the color of wet clay, and the corner of his mouth curls into a smile. So, you're the new talent, the Shadowrunner. He rubs his nose with a sleeve. Brass told me you've got clearance to buy here, so your money is welcome. If you need supplies, I can outfit you for a reasonable price. He gestures at the array of gear behind him. There are racks and racks of weapons, all neatly maintained. Off to one side, a pile of reinforced Duraplast crates catches your eye. They all bear the HKPF insignia, but you can also see stickers on their casings. Mitsuhama, H&K, Ares Arms. They look to be military surplus. Can't sell you everything, of course. There's some gear back there that's technically off limits to someone with your clearance level. Have a look, though. See if anything catches your eye, and if you're cleared for it, we'll talk price. What's in the crates over there? It's the stuff I can't sell you. Not technically. We're talking about big guns, heavy ordnance, that kind of thing. He leans forward and lowers his voice. Of course, it's possible an item or two could go missing, or that the numbers of my inventory sheet could be wrong. The odds of that happening might increase if you did me a favor. What kind of favor? The kind I can't trust my brothers in uniform to help me with. The kind you go to a Shadowrunner for. You help me out, and it's possible some merchandise could find its way from those crates to your boat. You never can tell. What do you need me to do? A friend of mine's in trouble. Bad trouble. I'd be first in line to help him myself, but my hands are tied. I know exactly what happened to him and why, but I can't intervene to help save his life. You help my friend, and maybe I'll forget to carry the one when I'm writing out my next inventory control sheet. I've already done the legwork. You finish the job for me. See to it my friend gets the help he needs, and there will be a nice payday in it for you, and maybe a clerical error or two related to the gear in those crates. You'll still have to pay for the gear, but I'll do the work to make sure nobody notices it's disappeared. His finger dances over the touchscreen of his PDA. The screen flashes twice in response. I just forward you the pertinent details. You'll find them on your mission computer. Please don't drag your feet on this. My friend really is in terrible trouble, and he won't hold out much longer. Don't worry. Now you want to look up any of the gear I've got on the rack. It's up to you. Just say the word. Let me see what you got. What are you interested in? What can are you interested in? What do you have in terms of armor? I would love to have more, love to have a new trench coat. None of these are going to be trench coats, are they? Yeah, that's what I'm already wearing. I really want a new trench coat. Like, I guess Street Operative is the one I would go for. Right? Presumably. But it's not going to be a trench coat, and that's going to make me sad. Whatever. We need new armor. Like, 3 armor is not the best. Actually, we didn't even have the official, like, trench coat there. We just had a lined coat. But still, yeah, let's see what else. Guns and that's not too bad. I could do with it being a little bit longer, but you know, it's fancy. Got a little like plasma cord on the back here. I don't need drones, guns and grenades, I guess. We don't have a shotgun pistol. I could do with getting a... Like, here's the problem, is that my... Like, this pistol is not... Oh, it has lower accuracy. Anyway, okay. Right, I forgot about that, actually. That explains a lot, actually. I still don't know. Why is her deck here? I never figured that out. Did she get a new one? Like, I have to... Data Jack Global Mission State Isabel Trust. So because she doesn't like us, we get her deck in our stat. That's strange. It's a bit strange. Very, very odd. Do you want to sell our coat? Nah. But yeah, we can't. The only pistol with Smart Link is one that I can't use. So, well, the only stronger one, I should say. And so, like, there's no, I don't know, there's no real reason to buy it. I wouldn't, no. Because, like, yeah, we only have 5, like, we only have 5 ranged combat, so there's no real reason to, sad. Very sad. It'd be nice to walk around with a better pistol, like, I mean, more accurate pistol, I suppose. Because, hoo boy. Yeah, let's get some more grenades, though, I think. Let's pick up some of the more expensive ones as well. Just make sure we get some high explosives, maybe. And then, well, we'll leave those there. And then how about, do you not have healing items? Because, I mean, nobody can use any of this. Actually, I don't know if I can even equip these on Gobbet in the first place. I assume that you can, but at the same time, you never really know. +1 charisma. Huh, interesting. Do you not have any? You got those. Why do you have? Interesting. So you don't have healing items. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna go do your side mission, I think. That is an interesting outfit, isn't it? Funny. So we need to go to the oh, wait, right, there's a medical trailer right there. Buh. Actually, we're gonna call it here, before we talk to this trench-coated man, who looks a bit like... Well, actually, that might be part of... Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna talk to the trench-coated man, probably check out the medical trailer, and then go to the mission computer to do the quartermaster's side quest. Next time, on Shadowrun Hong Kong. Bah! Bah! Thank you all for watching, and I will see you then. Bye!